I don't think I can go up that. Well, hi guys, Lance here from the Rocky Mountain Life Channel. It's still early February on that ride with Dave out by Pueblo, Colorado. It's going to be a long enough day that I was going to break it up into multiple videos. Found a little single track section that I'd been looking for, and that's cool. I like the wider roads too. They're fun, high speed, but trying to break it up with some variety. It's also good for me to practice my tighter single track cornering skills because they're not great. This area has changed since we last rode it. They've been building a new correctional facility out here. It's supposed to be done later this year. That's the building way over there. But that substation, the electrical substation and stuff, is all fairly new in connection with that. So this area has changed some over the last year or two as they been getting ready for that. So not the trail systems that Dave remembered as much. A few changes. Plus, we don't really know the area that well anyway, so. But these bikes will do about 100 miles on a tank of gas, so we're just exploring. We're just happy to be out on the bikes and riding. It's kind of low key for the most part. Had a couple of moments earlier that were causing my heart to jump up into my throat. But nothing too major. It's usually coming up over a hill climb and having to drop off really steep on the backside and not being ready for it. This area is took me about an hour and 15 minutes to get there from my house this morning. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Are you going to go up, or are you going to go to the right or the left? We're going to go right. All right, cool. Our weather's really been good today. Forecast called for cloudy. Wasn't expecting any sun, and it's kind of a filtered sun. It's got some clouds over it, so it's not super bright, and it has made it a little cooler at times. But every once in a while the sun peeks out full force and it's really comfortable. This is the banana belt of Colorado, is this area. This Pueblo, Canyon City area. Doesn't get as cold as it does where I live. And they don't have all the snow that we have in our mountains. We don't have a ton, but we had a storm a couple of weeks ago that dumped about 8 inches up there. So some of the areas that I normally like to ride are not going to be fully accessible. I've been reading posts from other guys that have been out riding. They say a lot of it's good, but some of it's still snowed in. So it's kind of nice to have another place like this. Not going to get any snow really. Pick a day that the weather's going to be nice. It's supposed to be close to 60 today this afternoon, 57-ish. That's great. I can live with that. Two big Beta Thumper 4-strokes. When I first started riding with Dave, this is the bike he was riding. And then he got his 300 Race Edition 2-stroke. This is the first time he's had the big 500 out for a while, but this area is just basically perfect for it. You know, guys, one thing I was wanting to address, been seeing some internet chatter lately about betas. I'm involved in a couple of groups where, you know, dual sport riding groups and off-road groups and things, and I see a lot of guys that are being asking questions about, well, should I buy a beta or should I buy a KTM? Now, I'm not really going to answer that question because that's up to you. I always say ride what you like. If you like KTMs better, buy a KTM. KTM's had some financial troubles, you know, that's well documented. But the one thing I wanted to address is I've seen some other guys that say that beta parts are like almost impossible to get. You can't get parts for them. Betas are crap, can't get parts for them. That is not true. Beta USA is really good about shipping parts out. Now, it's a whole lot easier. I think they've got there's something going on with their shipping program that has changed with the way they do dealers. You have to assign yourself to a dealer to order a part. That doesn't mean they ship it to the dealer, I believe. Do some homework on this before you start ordering parts. Because I haven't had to order any parts from Beta for a long time. But do some homework on it. But it is my understanding that when you order something directly from Beta, you have to put in a dealership, as that's your home dealership. But you could pick pretty much anyone you wanted. It doesn't have to be anywhere near you. My understanding is that they will ship the part to you, but then that dealer that you assign it to is saying, this is my dealer. I guess they get either a kickback or they get, I don't know, some sort of credit, I don't know. But there's something that's connected with that. So do a little homework on that. But as far as there's no Beta parts in the United States, can't get them, no, that's not true. And Beta's customer service is legendary, actually, for taking care of their customers. Like Dave bought his 2016 that he's riding right there. He bought it used, and it had some issues. He sent it into Beta. Not only did they fix his issues, but they put new tires on it, new tubes. They replaced his chain and sprockets. I mean, they spruced that bike up. Things that he didn't ask him to do. And then they sent it back to him and they said, here you go. Should be good to go. So there's lots of stories like that about guys having really good customer service things. So the question of should I buy a Beta or something else, buy what you like. If you like the Betas, don't be afraid of getting them taken care of. As far as getting parts and stuff, I don't think that's going to be an issue. Got to concentrate. This hill's a little steeper and looser than I would like. But I'm trying to not be a chicken coward, trying to follow Dave. Ouch. This really isn't that bad, but it's just this loose rock. Very loose. Then you got to turn right around and climb it. I don't know if I can go up that. I don't think I can go up that.
3 days later.
I don't usually get off to steer this bike around on foot because I'm tall enough that I can usually do it sitting on the seat, but every once in a while, this is not turning. All right. There. Now we're getting closer. There we go. Well, yeah, like I was saying a minute ago, if you like betas, buy a beta. Don't worry about parts. Parts are easy. And if your experience is anything like mine, with mine, 5.5 years owning it, you're not going to need that many parts. I've had zero issues with my bike. It's got a little over 3,000 miles, approaching 3,100 miles, 156 hours. It's been great. I haven't even checked the valves yet. Only thing I've done to it, other than change the oil and filters and tires, is replace the oil pump gears a couple of years ago. I don't know why they come stock with plastic ones. Just don't understand it, but the kit to buy metal gears is like $230. And if you're semi-handy, you can put it in yourself without too much trouble. I had Fairface do it for me, Aaron. I helped a little bit, but I was mostly there just to hand him things. But he did the hard work. And I think it took us a couple hours in the shop. It wasn't that bad. And that's really the main thing I would say needs semi-immediate attention is those oil pump gears. I replaced mine at about 100 hours. And they look brand new to me, but I know Aaron's 390 failed at 200 hours on his plastic gears, and he blew his engine and had to have it rebuilt. So somewhere between 100 and 200 hours it needs to be replaced. But it's really not that difficult. But I really think that pretty much any of the bike brands, Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Beta, KTM, Gas, Husqvarna, Ducati, Triumph, now making trail bikes. I don't think you're going to go wrong with any of them, really. I've never been a brand fanboy. I grew up on Hondas, so I've got a soft spot for Hondas. But this Beta has been just about perfect. I really can't complain. It runs great, always has. Starts every spring. I started it yesterday to get ready for this ride. It hadn't been running since October. Fired right up. Now I keep it on a trickle charger, keep the battery tended, but I mean, it's just been great. I really can't complain. So anyways, guys, we're still tooling around out here, just enjoying being out on the motorcycles. This is good for the soul. It's not overly stressful, pretty open and easy for the most part, like this. So it's been really nice so far. We've only been out here for a couple hours. It's just been a great day, and hopefully will continue to be that way. It's just been a ton of fun. So as always, guys, thanks for coming along. If I find anything cool in the rest of the day, or something comes to my mind that I want to talk about, I might make another video. But if not, I will definitely see you guys in the spring. I appreciate you guys sharing the rides with me, and hope you enjoy it. I will see you next time.